Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about the first shred lick that every guitarist should learn. I believe this is the first shred lick any guitarist should learn ever. And I thought it would be great to start off the year learning this lick. It's such an incredible lick, and it starts off so easy, but can build to the most complex, fluid, beautiful sounding shred licks that you could ever imagine. The first shred lick every guitarist should learn. It's very simple, you've definitely heard it before, but you can expand upon it and do almost endless amount of things with it. So here's what it sounds like in its kind of basic form. So all it is, if we're in the key of C sharp minor, is just this right here starting off. This is kind of the starter shape of it. It's really just 4 notes, but it can be expanded to sound something like this. So it's a very cool lick, and there's tons of possibilities to expand, and anybody pretty much can start doing it right away. And it's something that grows with you as you develop as a player. You can keep evolving this lick and open up more and more ideas, connecting the fretboard as fluidly as possible, and it sounds epic. So starting off, all it is going to be this C sharp minor. So we're seeing this shape right now. And we're going to start on the G and B strings. It's 4 notes. I use my middle finger 11th fret on the G string, so it's 1 note on that string. We pick that. We go to the B string and we get 9. Hammer 12, pull off back to 9. So it's pick, hammer, pull off. Picking wise, you can almost do anything with it. You can do 2 downstrokes. Some guys love to do that. Or you can alternate pick it, where you go down, up. So either way, it works perfectly fine. But that's what it is. That's all it is. So down, so pick on the G string, pick on the B string, hammer 12, pull off. And we just repeat that. Now be careful of this. You want to make sure that there's an even space of time between each note. It's very easy for this because there's 1 note on the G string and 3 on the B string, that there's kind of this staggering of rhythm happens where it's something like this. We want to avoid that. We want to keep it all consistent. Some blues guys and blues rock guys will also do a slight bend on that G string sometimes. Now, what's awesome about this is any string set in any pentatonic shape, you can do this exact pattern. So we can go to the B and high E string. We're following the guidelines of C sharp minor pentatonic, which says we're going to have 9, 12, 9, 12 on the B and high E. And we just follow that pattern. So it's 1 note, 12th fret on the B string, and then we go to the high E on the 9th fret. We pick that and we hammer 12, pull off back to 9. We can move up to position 2 here in C sharp minor pentatonic. And the shape, we'll say on the high E and B string, says we do this. So I'm playing the B string 14th fret, and then I'm going to the 12th fret high E. Then I hammer 14, pull off back to 12. So that's that lick right there. We could go to the G and B string in position 2. By following the guidelines of the pentatonic scale, it says we get 13th fret on the G string. I use my middle finger for this. Then we go to the 12th fret we pick that on the B string, and then hammer 14, pull off back to 12. So we can do this anywhere on the fretboard. The cool thing and the secret kind of weapon is to either be able to walk up string sets, so go from, like, say, the D and G string, and then walk up to the G and B, and then walk up to the B and high E. All we have to do is, so we went to the D and G string sets. So that's 11 on the D, and then 9, 11 on the G string. All we have to do to get to the next string set is just, when we do that hammer on, don't do a pull off and walk up to the next string set and use that as a pivot note. If you would like early access to all of my videos and tab for today's lesson and also tons of other lessons, go check out my Patreon. The link is down below. On Patreon, there's exclusive content. Everything comes early to you guys, and you get tab for lessons and maybe even backing tracks depending on the lesson. Also, you get early access to my music whenever it's released. You get access to Zoom Hang, so you can just hop on, hang out. And also, I give away a free 30-minute one-on-one lesson every month. So if you're interested, go check out my Patreon. The link is down below. Now, assuming you know all the pentatonic positions already, which if you don't, please go learn that. You can take that same concept that we just used in position 1 of ascending and pushing through different string sets with every pentatonic positions. Now, once you get it down in each pentatonic position, you're already blazing up and down the fretboard. The next step to make this one of the most amazing licks possible is connecting it throughout the fretboard horizontally. And if you ever heard Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads on, I think the second chorus, maybe the first, I can't remember, he throws a little lick in between the riffs, and he kind of basically does what we're going to do. He basically took the first shred, like every guitar should learn, and moved it up the guitar horizontally, and it sounded epic. He actually moved it like chromatically in a way. It was like, but it sounded epic. You can totally do that. I'm going to show you guys how to walk up following the scale shapes itself, and it's a very beautiful and great way to connect the fretboard, and you can have almost endless shred ideas based off this. All right, so to start off, I'm going to go to position 4, C sharp minor pentatonic. Right, real quick, that's going to be 4-7, 4-7, 4-6, 4-6, and then 5-7 to 4-7. But we're going to start on, we're just to focus on the G and B string for this. So we're going to connect it up. So we'll go. Now this works on any string set as well, and we're just following the guidelines of C sharp minor pentatonic. So we're doing the lick on the G and B string. So right here we have 6 on the G with our middle finger, and then 5, hammer 7, pull off 5 on the B. There's a couple different ways we can move up the fretboard horizontally using this shape, but one trick is to just jump that index finger up. So what you're going to do is go. Instead of going back to the 5th fret B string, we're going to go ahead and jump to the next position. Which is on that 7-9 on the B string, and then 9 on the G. So. And then we hammer on, pull off. So, and we can sit it in each of those zones for as many repetitions as we want. We do the same way of pivoting to go to the next position. So middle finger plays the G string, in this case the 9th fret, in position 5 here. And then we use that to give us time to move our first finger up to the 9th fret B string, which is going to put us in position 1. And now we can just repeat that pattern if we want. So that little maneuver there, so. So we're keeping the formula of the shape the exact same, but we're using that G string as a pivot where we can move up the fretboard horizontally. We can go up again. That's position 2 up here. That's that 12th fret on the B string, 14 on the B string as well. And then we're going to pick with our middle finger the 13th fret of the G string. Now, you get that down on each string set, and what's cool is you can connect it with what we talked about right back going like this. So say we walk up all the way to the high E and B string, but then we can continue the shape. Right, I'm just following C sharp minor pentatonic on those 2 string sets. Or we could do it, you know, more fractionally and maybe something like this. Now, another way, and this is my preferred way of transitioning the positions horizontally, is something like this. So I actually use, in this case, on the G and B string string sets, I use the G string as a slide into the next position. So we go something like this. If we went back to this lick, and we do it with the new mechanic, it looks like this. Go to the high E, follow the same C sharp minor pentatonic scale. And right there, and sometimes I do this, I'll do this kind of back and forth maneuver where I'm going. So I did, instead of just doing it like that, with that slide mechanic, I'll do a back and forth to add a couple more notes in there. All right, I hope you guys got a lot out of today's lesson. This lick, in my opinion, is super, super important and valuable, and I think it is the first shred lick that you should learn. And if you haven't learned it yet, and you haven't expanded the fretboard with it, and you've learned tons of other things, well, go ahead and learn this, dive into it, master it in all pentatonic positions, string sets, and horizontally up and down the fretboard. There's so many possibilities. Obviously, take the ideas that we talked about today, but I want you to be creative, curious, and explore the different possibilities, because there's so much more that you can do with this lick other than just what we talked about today. There's so much more. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys back next time.